Hello Virgo, welcome to this reading. My name is Zane and we are going to be taking a look at the current energy for the sign of Virgo for the week of September 27th. Now Virgo, do keep in mind, this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. Now, I'm not offering personal readings. I don't believe that I will be offering personal readings in the future, definitely not in the foreseeable future. So if someone contacts you and asks you for a reading, it is a scam. It has been going around pretty heavily through my Instagram and on YouTube, so just stay alert. I also do daily content on my Instagram, so if that's your thing, definitely give me a follow there. But with all of that said, let's go ahead and get into this reading. If this message resonates, please do consider hitting that like button so other people can see the video. Subscribe for future updates and drop a comment. Let me know what you think. Also want to say very grateful to the people donating down below. Thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it. All right, let's see what we have here for you, Virgo. Make sure everything's in view and we'll get right into this for you. All right, I think that looks good enough to me. Energy on the bottom, you have the Three of Cups. So this is a really nice card. This is joy, celebration, cups overflowing, going out with friends, having good times with friends, or just celebrating something in your life. Really nice card. You can see the three friends, the group of people dancing, celebrating life, enjoying themselves. And that's really what this card is all about. It can talk about just being in group situations as well. In love, it's interesting. It can be good or bad. It can mean that you meet somebody, going out, with friends, or meet someone through a friend, something like that. It can also indicate other things when negatively aspected. I'm unclear yet on what that might be. It could be that there's a third-party situation going on. Because you have one of my indicators of that. However, we'll see how the reading unfolds before I say that. But taking a look here, you have a busy week ahead, I think. Good things coming in, good opportunities. And, right away we have these two knights in the middle column, which I'll get into as we go along. But to me, whenever I get that sort of combination, always says that there's a lot of things going on for you. Now, taking a look here right away in the middle, you have the Knight of Wands. This is a quick moving event, and this is feeling like the Knight of Wands is a really nice card. It's a card of passion. It's quick energy, sort of fiery energy. It almost always is indicative of somebody who's ready to move residence. It comes forward when you're ready to change apartments, change house, anything like that, even move. The Knight of Wands would do like a cross-country road trip or move to a new location. I know it's a challenging time for that, but some of you could be thinking about that. Some of you could be making movement in your life, making moves in some areas. Some of you, it's money moves here with the Ace of Pentacles as well below it. And so that could mean a new job. It could mean, taking a certification to better yourself or to improve your income. It could be doing something on the side that you're passionate about. There's an event that's coming in here that's igniting your passion. Now, in the past, you have the Hierophant, the Seven of Swords, and the Four of Pentacles. So the Hierophant's interesting because this is a large organization or structure. Actually, this card is, there are so many different definitions for the Hierophant, but this is typically like the place that you work. It could be a mentor, and it could just be traditional ideas, such as like a traditional marriage, or just having those sorts of ideals about yourself. And it's interesting because we have two marriage cards here diagonal. Some of you finding a marriage partner through a group situation. Others of you questioning, is this what I want? I don't know that you're married. It's just like, I wonder if some of you are questioning, like, do I want to do a marriage? Is this kind of fitting into my long-term goals where I'm at right now? You have the Seven of Swords here as well. This is somebody who's a liar, cheater, stealer. So this is a classic combination here of a third-party situation, potentially cheating. Now, that's not always going to be the case. I'll be interested to see how we clarify. We go through with another tarot deck and pull some more cards and see what other cards might come through for that scenario, that timeline. I always read multiple timelines and scenarios in these readings, and that could certainly be one of them for some of you because we have 2 cards of marriage as well. So we'll have to see how that pans out. Don't get stressed if it's not for you, if you're not concerned about that. You also here have the 4 of Pentacles in the past. This is somebody who is potentially looking at establishing financial stability. And now this happened already, and because this is in the past. And so some of you have really taken a look at your financial situation and decided there needed to be some changes made. Perhaps it's getting that certification. Some of you are doing that. I almost never pick up that message. Some of you are getting certified, or just there's like an educational opportunity that you're taking advantage of that's going to increase your money or something like that, your earning potential. Yeah, so moving forward here, you have the Knight of Cups, the Knight of Wands, and the Ace of Pentacles. So we have these double knights here, one on top of the other in the current situation. Lots of things happening for you Virgos out there. Lots of events. Could be a busy week ahead. Could be both. Could be dealing with dual situations for some of you. Some in enterprise career. Some of you in love and romance. Could be just dealing with both of those at the same time here. And I think probably more of you are dealing with career stuff, but actually it's hard to say. The reason I say that is because you have this Ace of Pentacles, which is financial situations, material situations, but new beginnings in those areas. This is what I'm picking up on the certification thing. Ace of Pentacles can be associated with documents, okay, doing something like that. Anything of the material realm that you're signing off on, or even acquiring a document such as a certification, something like that going on, can also just mean new money in your life or new starts in the material, such as a new job, new house, anything like that going on, education. So some of you are charging forward on that here with the Knight of Wands above it. Now others of you, you have this Knight of Cups here as well. You know, I'm getting another storyline. I was talking about how potentially, you know, there could be that third party situation. Now some of you, that's already happened. Like you're letting go of a cheater from the past here, maybe even have gone through a separation recently with the Hierophant above it. And now this is what I'm saying with this timeline, it's already happened for some of you. I'm not actually forecasting this. I feel like a lot of you, this has already happened. And the thing is, now you have this other person on your mind. You have this sort of, this can be read as like a knight in shining armor. Doesn't matter what gender you're interested in or going for here. That there could be someone that's on your mind here after you've gone through some other situation from the past. Now in the future, you have the 7 of Wands, 5 of Wands, and the 4 of Wands. Wow. So all Wands. Wands is the suit of passion, enterprise, anything like that, energy, all of those sorts of things. Career matters as well. Anything going on with that. And so for some of you, there's competition in the workplace. You have the 7 of Wands here, card of competition. This person's defending their ground, defending what they know to be true. And below that, you have the 5 of Wands. And so it's interesting, the card that comes, this is a conflict. The card that goes between the 5 and the 7 of Wands is the victory of the 6 of Wands. And so I do feel like you've been doing well in work. I do feel like you've been successful, you've been victorious in work, and now people are maybe, they want what you have. Maybe there's some element of competition here. There's something that you know that you're doing is right, but you need to defend yourself. Now, there could be competition over a person as well. Maybe you have your eye on somebody and someone else does as well, and you're aware of that, something like that going on. You have this 4 of Wands, another card of marriage, okay? This is the traditional marriage card. And the thing is, you have this diagonal. Some of you recognize that there's somebody who could be a long-term marriage partner coming in. You might meet them through a group situation. Others of you, like you've dealt with this separation of the past and now you're looking towards the future and looking at the foundations that you can achieve. Now, let's go ahead and clarify. If you're enjoying this, please hit that like button and subscribe. Really helps my channel grow. There's also a bell below this video which will show up after you hit subscribe. If you click that bell, you'll never miss an update from me. And lastly, Virgo, really appreciate you being here. Thank you for spending your time with me, and I hope things are going well for you. So I have a bunch of cards here that wanted to pop out. Charity, prayer, and contemplation. Connect with heaven, ask, and you shall receive. Look, as long as you know what you're doing right here with the 7 of Wands, as long as you know what you're doing is right, just let the universe handle the details. Or if you're a God person, give it up to God, whatever it is that you believe in. And things will work out, right? You have white eagle, ancestor spirit, connect to lineage, to your lineage, a family wound or pattern can be healed now. Potentially some heartbreak in family matters, maybe some situations going on with the family. You have Paul the Venetian, experiencing grace, share gifts with grace, waves of inspiration and love are coming to you. Thing is, you're going to understand that this is just a mere roadblock in your path. You're going to work through this. Let's see what else we have. Forgiveness. This card, you know what? This card has been coming in so much for the collective this week. Virgo, there's something going on here. But I do feel like if you're able to forgive the most challenging person in your life, this is just somebody who cheated on you, that's like a spiritual hack. I'm not saying that you should let them get away with their poor behavior, but it's a big thing. Wait to give yourself as much time as you need to go through this process. And a year from now, why did I know that this was going to come in? Look, forgiveness can take time, and sometimes you need to take as much time as you can to forgive somebody. And also, as I've stated, just to let you know, forgiveness is not about letting them get away with their poor behavior or anything like that. You can have forgiveness for somebody and also just decide, you know what, I'm going to set a boundary. I'm not really going to do a lot of interaction with this person. And so, I think the year from now situation, whether it's literally a year from now or not, is just saying that take time, all right? Take time to let something go. Now, for others of you who are just eager to get into a relationship, that could also just take some time. With wait and a year from now, it may take a little bit of time for that situation to come in and develop. Hanged Man. Knight of Pentacles. So we now have 3 knights. Lots of things going on here for Virgo, and the 9 of Pentacles. So some of you money is on your mind here. You are focused on what you can do to set yourself up. The 9 of Pentacles is sustainability. It's financial independence. It's this idea that you grow fruit today, and a year from now or however long, it will provide for you. It will allow you to sustain yourself. It's all about luxury as well. It's a nice luxury. You can see this person has grapes, they have their animals, they have their money, they have their nice clothing. And it talks about like really setting yourself up for a harvest is what you can do to achieve that harvest, not what anyone else is doing. And that Knight of Pentacles here is really nice. That is a financial event arriving. Now, this has already happened in the past. This is also just the idea that you are hardworking and dependable. And I do feel like that makes some people uncomfortable. Sometimes when you are just doing, you're just being a shining example of somebody who is, good at what they do, it can cause competition. Some people can deal with that. Or have a hard time dealing with that. And then you have the Hanged Man here, which is interesting because some of you are really curious about what to do about like an issue of tradition. Perhaps that's like breaking free from a family situation. Maybe you have a traditional family or something like that going on. Or your family has traditional ideas. You have the World, the Queen of Swords, and the High Priestess. So, interesting. So, there's a new start here with the Ace of Pentacles and the High Priestess. However, you need to make sure that you're tapping into your intuition, okay? There could be a secret that comes out in the workplace for some of you, or through an academic setting with the High Priestess and the Ace of Pentacles, where you're like maybe getting word about something, or there was a secret or something like that that was shared that was not supposed to be shared. Perhaps gossip, okay? So gossip could be coming in here for some of you with the Queen of Swords and the High Priestess. Now, for others of you, you're tapping into that intuition and you know that there's an opportunity that's right for you, and you're acting like the Queen of Swords and going after it and really being like the assassin that the Queen of Swords is, as I like to say. And then you also here have the World, okay? The World is with the Knight of Cups. You're completing some sort of love cycle. I know that sounds, woo-woo or whatever, but there's a cycle being completed either around an old relationship or with a new relationship coming in. And it looks very nice. There's a victory that's associated with the World. And so this is either happiness or a healthy relationship coming in for some of you. Now you have the Four of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Five of Cups. So we have another interesting progression here. We had the 4, 5, 7. We now have 5, 4, 4, 5 coming in with the cups. And so if you're still, I don't know, there's something about around disappointment in a marriage for some of you. Yeah, the Five of Wands indicates competition, you know? The thing about the Five of Cups, it tells you to look on the bright side because there are 2 cups behind this person overflowing. And instead, this person's focused on the 3 cups that are empty, but you can always choose to look on the bright side if you want to. It's easier, sometimes it's easier said than done, but you always get to have an optimistic outlook if you want to. And you also here have this Wheel of Fortune. You know, the conflict and the competition is actually part of your path. It's leading you to your destiny. And I feel like sometimes that just happens. There are roadblocks along the way, but the wheel keeps spinning. So what can you do to work through this situation? And for some of you, it's going to require getting out of boredom and apathy mode here with the Four of Cups, and realizing that there are always alternative opportunities and there are alternatives available to you. So let go of the spilled cups, okay? Welcome in the cups that are overflowing here. Oh, and we do have 3, 4, 5 of cups. So it's interesting. There's an interesting progression for some of you coming in as it relates to romance as well, by the way, is what I feel like is going on here. So the house, poverty, privileged lady, great fortune, courtship. Okay, lovers. Wow. Even before I pulled that Lovers card, with privileged lady, courtship, great fortune, someone's trying really hard here to attract you in some way. Someone really has their eye on you, or you have your eye on someone else. Remember, I said that with that Knight of Cups and the World, but I do expect some of you to get word or hear from somebody, or maybe potentially some of you are even entering into a relationship and somebody really is interested in you here. Okay. Now this, in a job situation, this could mean that somebody really wants to hire you as well. Somebody, courtship, right? They're trying really hard to get you. They like your resume. They like your body of work, all of that sort of thing. Now, and that's especially so because you have this great fortune and house card. You know, some of you are, you know, making an investment with the Knight of Pentacles, the house, the great fortune, and the Nine of Pentacles. And this is something that has sort of appreciation. It's something that will appreciate and value over time for you. And it looks like it could be really setting yourself up for a nice harvest. So I love this. Thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe, check out my website, zaneintuitive.com. I will see you in the next one.